Welcome to Focus on Claims with Ernie Bray, CEO of ACT.
Hey everyone, Ernie Bray here with another episode of Focus on Claims. And in this episode, I wanted to do a solo cast, one where I would talk a little bit about something that's been on my mind in the industry, and that's communication. Now, in over the 25 years I've been in the industry, communication is one of the most vital aspects of handling a claim. So I thought I'd talk about three key areas that I think are very important that can help make the difference between a successful claim and one that goes off the rails. So first off, let's talk about what's important in a claim. Now, we all know, we've been in the business this long, that a claim is a very stressful time for a policyholder, a vehicle owner, a homeowner, and a lot of times they're worried about what's going to happen. And our number one job in the industry is to remove moments of uncertainty. See, that's the difference where you're going to have good customer service scores or bad ones. Because if you don't give the customer the information they need and they're confused, that creates nervousness, anxiety, moments of uncertainty that lead to bad service scores. So we have to think about what can we do on this part of the claim right from the outset. What can we do to remove those moments of uncertainty? Because if you can do that, then the customer will feel like things are getting handled and they'll know it's actually being handled. That's so important. So number one, remove all moments of uncertainty. And that can go in many aspects during the claims process. Number two, now you actually have to deliver on your promise. Be a person of your word. Now, this is very important when it comes to communication. If you promise something to the customer, you promise a callback, you promised an email, you're going to connect them with something, you have to follow through. Because I know a lot of times adjusters are very busy. They have a very busy day and things can slip through the cracks. But if you do not follow up and are not a person of your word, that ends up causing a problem on the claim and causing moments of uncertainty for that customer. So you got to be a person who follows through, who is somebody that can be counted on. If you can do that, that will help the consumer and will help create a great claims environment, setting yourself up for success in the claim and trying to eliminate problems. And lastly, you got to give the customer a plan of where the claim's going. Lay out the next steps, because if you don't lay out the next steps, then they're going to wonder, where do they go in the claim? What's going to happen next? They want to know that if they file the claim, that an inspection needs to be set up, that you're going to get it to an appraisal company, that company's going to contact them, and then that inspection will happen, the estimate will come back, and then the adjuster will take care of it and maybe issue payment when everything's in order. See, laying out all the information to the policyholder is a way to give them the next steps. And it goes back to what we were talking about when it comes to removing moments of uncertainty. Now, when it comes to this all goes really back to communication. And that's one thing in society today. I think there's been a sort of a de-evolution in the way we communicate. A lot of times we communicate in short bursts, maybe through some texts. It's kind of an avoidance of the phones these days, it seems like. And I think there needs to be sort of a different approach taken when it comes to claims. You got to realize that you're dealing with different types of customers. And you got to meet them where they want to be met. And then a lot of times customers want the phone picked up and a call to them because they want to talk to somebody. They don't want to talk to necessarily a chat bot or just have an email or a text. They want to know that somebody's on the other end taking care of their claim. So when it comes to, communication, make sure you're meeting that customer with the way they want to communicate. You can't just funnel them down a path that is of least resistance to you. You got to do what the customer wants. So I think overall, when you look at this, and we review these again now, you got to remove those moments of uncertainty from the outset. You then have to deliver on what you promise. That's so important because you got to be a person of your word. And then you got to lay out next steps of what's going to happen in the claim. And if you can do that and you can do it successfully, that will lead to you delivering great service to your client, giving great customer service scores to your office, and actually succeeding in the claims process. So I know they're very simple tips, but they're tips that are so powerful they can make or break your claims department. And I hope they help.
This has been Focus on Claims with Ernie Bray, President and CEO of ACD.